my dear Australian and New Zealand friends, I'm missing you so much. We should have been on the British Isles cruise this week, but never mind. Instead, I'm going to show you my garden and I'm going to create something out of it that I hope you'll be able to do at home. And it's called a Tussie Mussie. That's something that not many Brits have heard of, but actually when I've mentioned it to some of you nice guys, and you have heard of it before, and people, I think Judy in particular, is very keen on making a Tussie Mussie, which is a little natural posy which you give to a friend. And in Britain it's meant to be in May, and we are in May, so it's not really a flower arrangement so much as just a collection of a bit of this and a bit of that which you'll find in your garden. And I have some very basic equipment here. Here's my trusty secateurs. I bought these in Germany actually when I was on the Rhine cruise with Botanica last year. They come in very handy. And I've got a little jam jar here, and I think that is a nice thing to put the Tussie Mussie into because it's so simple. To make it a little bit nicer, I've just put some lace and ribbon round it, as you can see. When you choose your jam jar, give it a little polish, because a bit of sparkle never did anybody any harm, did it? So now I'm going to go and pick the flowers and make you, my friends, a Tussie Mussie. And like every garden designer that does show gardens, my garden is absolutely chock full of leftovers from show gardens, including these grapevines. I don't think we'll ever have a Chateau Molten here, really. We don't get enough grapes, but they are lovely to look at this time of the year. I'm missing your Australian wines, by the way, not to mention your lovely New Zealand ones too. Don't expect my garden to be an immaculate manicured garden. It's just not what I do. But here we've got some quite nice roses, so I'm going to plunge in here and get some roses, and that's an only the start. I can find one that hasn't been eaten. Yeah, I think that's a nice one up there. These are just coming out. So if you're doing cut flowers, you really want to make them about like that, so they're just showing a bit of colour, and then what will happen is they'll come out in the vase, strip away the bottom leaves, because if they go in the water they'll make it cloudy. And yeah, I think we'll have that one as well. It's always a dilemma when you've got a garden. If you want to cut some flowers for a friend, how much do you rob your garden? So you've just got to take a deep breath and get some of the nice flowers for your friend. And try not to mind too much. Now I have got a little cutting patch down here, which I don't mind robbing, because the whole point of it is that it's a cutting patch. So here I've got some straw flowers. This will probably turn out to be quite a pink Tussie Mussie. So I seem to be growing a lot of pink at the moment. So you don't want it to be dominated by the same plant. You really need to have a nice mix. To achieve that kind of tousled look. Speaking of which, we all desperately need a haircut here. I don't know how you're getting on, but everybody's growing their hair and we're all seeing each other's natural colours. I am so missing taking you nice guys around our beautiful British gardens, and as you can see, the weather this spring has been absolutely gorgeous. So it would have been very nice, but we'll be here next year, and Judy, hooray, has already asked me to go on the British Isles cruise next year. So all those beautiful gardens will still be there, and I'm sure they'll be looking fantastic, because what everybody has had is plenty of time to look after their gardens, haven't they? So I'm sure they're going to look even better next year. So I've managed to get some anemones here, and oh, here I've got some quaking grass. I really like quaking grass. Rhiza maxima. Actually, this one I think is Bryza Media. I'll just cut some of that off. And then you can see that sort of shakes, and it's really pretty in a vase. It kind of adds a bit of texture and airiness, which is really what we want for a Tussie Mussie. There we are. What else we've got? I've got a nice little basket. I'm going to take you around here where Alice has got his veg patch. And just behind it, I've got a bit of a wild patch. This was a pond at one point, but we never managed to get it under control properly. So we filled it in, and it's now just a wild patch. So we've got pink campion over there, just over there. We've got sorrel, we've got yarrow coming up. We've got a really lovely mix of British wildflowers in here. When I last came up here, which was yesterday morning, there were a few sprays just showing. So now, oh, there's one with a little honeybee on it. That's our traditional Welsh black honeybee. They're very, very gentle, they don't sting you. That bee's really enjoying gathering the pollen. I love this rose. It's just dainty. I think it would be lovely for a bride to have a bouquet just of this rose. It's so pretty. So I'm going to add some of that to our Tussie Mussie as well. Very dainty and nice. And in about a week, you'll barely be able to see this tree for roses. It's just covered. It's an old apple tree. It's a very old tree. It was the only other, well, there were two trees here when I first got here, and this is one of them. But it's had its day, really, that tree. But if you've got a really old tree that's, you know, not producing very well, but it's still got an interesting shape, and you know, you really want to take it down, growing a rose like this over it is such a great solution. It kind of reminds me a bit of Ninfa. Those of you who've been with me to Ninfa in Italy with Botanica, the one thing I saw in Ninfa that I really took away was the rambling roses that just went up and up and up. The Lucia Banksia rose, Wedding Day, oh, just rose after rose. Perfect time of the year to see the roses. So here we are, here's my finished Tussie Mussie. I've taken out a nice bottle of sparkling from the fridge and a couple of glasses, and we're going to sit and toast Botanica. And what I'd really love to see is the Tussie Mussies that you make now that I've shown you how to do it. Have a go and then send us your pictures and we'll load them up on the website and we can have some fun looking at each other's Tussie Mussies. Thank you.